right. Happy Toe Talk Tuesday.
Happy Toe Talk Tuesday. Marissa, you've had some, I was trying to think of a clever way to say it, toe ventures, adventures.
Yes, it has been a totally transformative experience. So a lot of transitions are happening right now. I have two children who are graduating from their respective ad academic level and moving to the next one. Um, Going through perimenopause. I'm going to turn 50 soon. Like there's just a lot. And also, I mean, you know me, Christina, and for people who've been following us, like I'm not afraid to do the deep work. At least I didn't think I was. And and there's been just a lot of emotion coming up, and I realize, thanks to my toes, I've probably been bypassing a lot and been uh trying to push it aside. So what I've noticed is two things. So I had plantar fasciitis for a little over a year, actually more than a year and a half. Finally, I've gotten rid of it, and while it's not coming back, I'm noticing like pain in my feet that didn't exist before, or that hadn't existed since then. And as I've been noticing it, then I go to my toes and I'm like, what's happening over there? And they are getting tight again. So as you know, I spent a lot of time massaging them, a lot of time working, especially with the channel of intuition and channel of leadership, the space between the second toe and the big toes on each side. And I was really starting to notice that I was getting those yoga toes, the spread out toes, feeling really good. And now, like, they're starting to go back again and become much more dependent, as we talk about, right? That this dependency of the toes together being like, just let's just get a little closer to the fire and lean on each other a little bit.
That protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. A little bit more on my left foot than my right foot. Not surprising. Left foot being relationship with self, but and interestingly, because the plantar fasciitis lasted longer on the right foot than the left, so I do think that there's a little bit of overcompensating that my right side does and kind of takes the weight and the burden off the left side. Um, but the tightness is definitely more present and prominent on the left side. So I was like, I'm going to bring this to a Toe Talk Tuesday and hear Christina's wisdom and intuition and insights.
Yeah. Well, plantar fasciitis is something that I'm hearing more and more about from people. And as I've leaned into it, that's the tightness in the tendons. It's really about tightness. I mean, there's a lot of other things, and I'm certainly not a medical professional, but every time I hear about that, I just hear tightness. And then hearing about your toes coming in, I like how you said, like, let's gather around the fire, folks. Let's stay close together. And there is, when you started talking about that, I heard the word protection. And so a question that would be very important for you to ponder is, what am I protecting myself from? What am I bracing? Plantar fasciitis. What am I bracing for? Because there is a grippiness to this presentation of the toes and then to the plantar fasciitis where it's like there's a grippingness. So grounding practices, and I mean so much more than going out and walking on the grass. I think that is such a great idea. But it's less about trying to be connected to the earth and more about actually just being connected to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do this? It's a consciousness. It's a relationship with the earth and going out and spreading out those toes on the earth. And you know what? Grass is awesome, but you know what? You can do this on cement. Yeah, like you can do this on tree roots. I actually love that one for plantar fasciitis. Like use a tree root to massage some things out, or massaging your toes on a tree root. Like it's one of my favorite things to do because it feels so good to be so connected. And as you are going through the perimenopause, the Chiron return, the turning 50, there is a protectiveness because there is a there is a loss. There is a grief because especially where you've got children moving out, you're moving into a new phase. There is so much uncertainty in this new phase of your life. The uncertainty of living a life where your children are no longer the major focus of your life because they're growing up and they're starting to live their own lives. And I have observed you as a parent, and I really admire the independence that you allow your children so that they can um, do this. But what does this mean? This also means you have another relationship with a partner that no longer has the buffer of children.
Yeah.
Okay. People don't want to talk about this, but this is real. You have your career, and what does that look like? This new body. Can we talk about the new body of the perimenopause and the menopause? Like it's an entirely new body that we're relearning what she likes and what she doesn't like, and what foods work and what movement works, and all these things. So the grief of loss and letting go that old, and the uncertainty that is behind a door, but there's still this passageway. And so if you were going down a scary alley with people, whether you knew them or not, but you were going down as a group, you'd stick nice and close together. And that's what I'm seeing with your toes and with your body. This coming in to brace and protect. If somebody was going to come push you over, you would tighten up and protect.
Yeah.
And so this consciousness, this trust, this increasing comfort level with uncertainty. And I don't know if comfort, familiarity, I think, with uncertainty, because uncertainty in and of itself is uncomfortable. That's why we are afraid of it. So a familiarity with uncertainty. I think it's fascinating how quickly your toes talk to you. In another video we've done, you talked about how you had the negative self-talk in, and then immediately your toe talked to you because you stubbed your second toe on your left side.
Yep.
That tells us, oh, there's communication going on here. And I think also trusting the process, meaning we always talk about working gently with the toes, working gently with that energy. We're not forcing anything. Like you've seen me talk to people over and over again with bunions. We're not like yanking that toe out and making it go. No, it took a while to get there. So a gentleness to that. So gently using toe separators. I'm a fan of toe separators, not as a crutch, but as a pattern recognition of independence within the toes while still being connected. That's what we want in community. If we think of our toes as a community where each member brings something different to the community, but we don't want the codependency going on, but we still want to be connected.
Hmm. I love that. And I think the key words that are popping out for me are gentleness, right? Compassion, patience, because yes, my toes do talk to me really quickly. I also pay attention to my toes because I've been doing this for a long time. um, and and it's interesting when what I know about my plantar fasciitis, because it's been such a journey, is that it didn't start in my feet. It started in another part of my leg, almost like right, like that's where the block was, where the fascia was tight, and it was just pulling on everything else and the pain was coming, was showing up in my feet. And I think that speaks to what we share when we talk about why toe reading is so empowering, and that like the brain is actually sending those signals as far away as a sign of like something's not right, please pay attention. And if I hadn't felt that pain in my feet, I wouldn't have noticed the tightness elsewhere. Um, so yes to all of that, noticing, awareness without judgment, all the things we talk about, gentleness, patience, time, community is a huge part too. You do not have to do this alone. Your toes are not doing it alone. Um, so if you have any questions, if this resonates, we'd love to hear your comments in, below. Reach out. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear those as well. And if it's a question about toe reading, we can make a whole new Toe Talk Tuesday about your specific question. So,
And I also just want to bring attention that our website, toereadingacademy.com, there's a treasure trove of information on that website too. One of the things that I love about us and our communication toes is that we're really dedicated to getting this information out. And yes, we have high level pay for the information certifications and programs. Absolutely. And these, the amount of information that will improve your life and the life of everybody that you know who has toes is just, it's part of our purpose. And you can see this in our communication toes.
absolutely. And if you click like and subscribe to this video, you will also get notified when more information comes out that's free to listen to and learn more from. So check out our website, click like and subscribe below, ask us questions, and we will see you on another Toe Talk Tuesday.
Thanks.